Hi there YouTube friends, welcome back to Auntie A's Kitchen, and in the video today we're going to be making a delicious one-pot white chicken chili. This is one of my favourite springtime recipes, not only because it's fast to make, but it's packed with Mexican flavours to help warm you up when the nights are still a little bit cooler. From start to finish, you can usually prepare this meal within 30 minutes. It's also a really flexible recipe that allows you to use any variety of ingredients that you have on hand, and I'll talk you through some of these tips as we go through the video. Start by roughly cutting up one large onion, and you're going to need to prepare 3 cloves of garlic. When it comes to the chicken, you have 3 options. You could buy and use a pre-cooked rotisserie chicken and then just shred this up into your chili, or use some leftover chicken from a previous meal, or the third option, and my favourite, is to cook up some chicken. And since this is an easy one-pot recipe and we're going to be cooking everything in the same pan, this is going to give you a wonderful foundation flavour to build upon. Whether you choose to use chicken thighs or chicken breast, just make sure to cut your chicken into smaller pieces, and I thought that the chicken breast we were using today was extra large, so I choose only to cut up one. But as always, you can find a list of all the ingredients and measurements from today's recipe in the description below this video. Next, give your chicken a splash of oil and then season with some taco seasoning. And actually, one of the next shorts videos that I post will be my homemade taco seasoning, so if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. Then you're going to give everything a good mix, making sure that all of your chicken is coated, and then we're ready to start cooking. Heat up your pan. I'm going to use a medium-sized Dutch oven for today, then add a little extra oil before then adding your chicken. It won't take long to cook your small pieces of chicken, then as soon as they have a golden colour, empty them into a side dish and then place your pan straight back onto the heat. Make sure to turn your heat down to a medium, then you're going to add a little bit more olive oil and then the onions that we cut up earlier. Then give everything a really good mix so that all of the flavours that have been left over from the chicken are picked up by your onions. Don't forget to season your onions with some salt and pepper, give everything a good mix, and then as they begin to soften, we're going to turn down the heat and start adding the other ingredients. At this stage, add your crushed garlic and let this cook for a minute or so before then adding your jalapenos. You can either cut up one fresh jalapeno, or I like to cut up a few slices from a jar that I always keep in my fridge. Next, we're going to add some edamame into our chili that bring a wonderful flavour as well as a flash of colour. But this is where this recipe is really flexible, as you could add any other variety of beans that you have, as they all work well in this recipe. I'm using some tinned sweet corn, but you can also use some frozen sweet corn, and again, like the other ingredients, once you put it into your pan, just give it a quick mix before we add the next ingredient. At this stage, turn up the heat to a medium-high, and you're going to add some vegetable broth, which is really going to bring all of the flavours together in our chili. Then you're going to want to add some crème fresh and mix this in well. The next 2 ingredients are optional extras depending on the consistency that you like to eat your chili. But for me personally, I like to add just a little bit of grated cheddar cheese as well as a small cornstarch slurry, which is a ratio of 1 part cornstarch to 2 parts water. I'm going to give this a good mix, and this is going to thicken up my chili just a little bit. Finally, go ahead and add your chicken back into the pot and make sure to pour any of the chicken juices for flavour. Then you're going to squeeze some lime juice into your chili, give everything a final stir before having a taste to see if you need any extra seasoning. If you want to make it more spicy, you could add some more jalapenos or a splash of some hot sauce. Just before you take your pot off the stovetop, add some fresh coriander or some cilantro depending on where you're from, and you're ready to serve. You can serve some homemade fresh warm bread with your white chicken chili, but keeping with the theme of this meal, we like to eat it with some crunchy corn tortilla chips, and for those of you living in Germany, you can find these in Edeka. To finish off your presentation, add some fresh avocado onto your chili, as well as an extra spoon of crème fresh, some fresh coriander, and a few red chili flakes for a flash of colour and a bit of heat. So here is one of my favourite go-to springtime recipes, white chili chicken. It's perfect to have while we wait for the warmer weather, or to have as a brunch. It's easy to make, as you've seen in today's video, and everyone I serve it to absolutely loves it, and I think you will too. Thanks for watching.